Hello and welcome to Your Portuguese. Today we are going to take a look at the possessive pronouns or pronomes possessivos in Portuguese. In this lesson, you are going to learn what are the possessive pronouns, what is its function, how they are divided, and how they are used in sentences. So to begin, what are the possessive pronouns? The possessive pronouns are pronouns that express possession, and they can vary based on gender and number. Here we have a table that shows us the possessive pronouns or pronomes possessivos in Portuguese. Here we have a table that illustrates the possessive pronouns in Portuguese. We have the singular form and the plural form, both divided in the masculine form and the feminine form. Let's see first the singular masculine form. Meu, teu, seu, nosso, vosso, seu. Again, meu, teu, seu, nosso, vosso, seu. Now let's see the singular feminine form. Minha, tua, sua, nossa, vossa, sua. Now the plural masculine form. Meus, teus, seus, nossos, vossos, seus. Now the plural feminine form. Minhas, tuas, suas, nossas, vossas, suas. You can see the plural is pretty easy, you just have to add the letter S in the end. Usually this is how the plural form is made in Portuguese. On the right you can see what each possessive pronoun in Portuguese means in English. My, mine, your, yours, his, her, our, ours, your, yours, their, theirs. In Portuguese it's as if you only had the possessive adjectives. We usually use it in the beginning of the sentence, and when we use it in the end, the form is still the same. We are still going to take a look at an exception, but you don't really need to use it. Here we have some examples, some sentences where we use the possessive pronouns in Portuguese. First one, este livro é meu. Este livro é meu. This book is mine. Meu pai sabe jogar futebol muito bem. My father knows how to play soccer very well. Nossas mães vêm nos buscar. Our mothers will come to pick us up. Sua performance foi incrível. Your performance was incredible. Seu carro é muito bonito. Your car is very pretty. So here we are going to take a look at the exception that I mentioned before. In this case we are going to compare the possessive pronouns seu, sua with the dele, dela. I haven't mentioned these two last ones because they are not exactly possessive pronouns. They are a different way to express the possessive pronouns seu, sua, to avoid ambiguity while you are talking in Portuguese. Let's see some examples. O mecânico disse ao João que seu carro está pronto. The mechanic told João, or John in English, that his car is fixed. Let's compare this sentence with this one. O mecânico disse ao João que o carro dele está pronto. The two sentences mean the same thing. However, the second one expresses better whose car is it, if it's the car of João or if it's the car of the mechanic, because when you say o mecânico disse ao João que seu carro está pronto, seu carro, it's not really clear if the car is the car of the mechanic or if it's the car of João. So we use this form dele which in English would be something like of his. In Portuguese, it is like a contraction of de, ele, which literally in English it's of his, so that we can emphasize that the car is of João and not of the mechanic. It's just to avoid ambiguity. Let's see another example. Sarah disse que seu ônibus atrasou. Sarah said her bus is late. Then the second one, Sarah disse que o ônibus dela atrasou. If we use the first one, Sarah disse que seu ônibus atrasou, it could be ambiguous because you don't know if she's talking about her bus or your bus. Because the possessive pronoun seu can be translated as your or yours in English. So you cannot really know if she's talking about her bus or your bus. But in this sentence, Sarah disse que o ônibus dela atrasou, it can be translated as of hers. So it's her bus. So you avoid the ambiguity while you are speaking Portuguese when you learn these two forms to express yourself in Portuguese in terms of possessive pronouns. So if you are interested in this, you can either leave something in the comments and I can make a better lesson about it. However, you don't really need to learn this. You can still use the common possessive pronouns in Portuguese because they are still correct, even though they can cause a little of ambiguity while you talk in Portuguese if you use seu or sua in some cases. So that's it for today. Today we have seen the possessive pronouns in Portuguese, or pronomes possessivos. By now you should know what are the possessive pronouns, what is its function, how they are divided, and how they are used in sentences. Muito obrigado.
If you think this video was useful for you, share it on your social medias and help other people to learn Portuguese as well. Show us some love too, leaving your like on the video, and if you have some suggestion or constructive criticism, leave it in the comments area.